studio. Sir, why didn't we see this attack coming? To remain calm and stay indoors and keep a radio at hand for emergency broadcasts at all times. The hospitals are undermanned and filled to capacity, and it's recommended that you bring any...
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Against Please Davis from Gear.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube. Here with another episode of the Master Plan Narrative. This is episode number 448, which is really just a placeholder number that I'm using, where I'm using the Epoch Day number, because I don't really track episode numbers on Mixer. So this will probably be labeled something else once it gets posted to YouTube, if it makes it to YouTube. I archive about 50% of my live streams to YouTube, and the other 50% go into deep storage on either a portable hard drive or to Blu-ray. I'm going to do an audio mix check here to verify that we've got good voiceover commentary coming out of the live stream, so it might be a little loud as we get some feedback. I'm going to kind of go open air real quick. So can we verify that we're getting good voiceover commentary out in the live stream? Yeah, so I still kind of debate whether or not I should use, and I guess maybe...
Some very disturbing live footage here, and we got unconfirmed reports this morning that no enemy in the area. Weapons are cold. Over. Many children have lost their parents. If you are searching for anyone or want to report somebody missing, please call 206-783. Has joined us here in the studio. Sir, why didn't we see this attack coming? To remain calm and stay indoors and keep a radio at hand for emergency broadcasts at all times.
Voiceover commentary coming out of the live stream. We have voiceover commentary coming out of the live stream. It looks like we still have voiceover commentary. But I actually just broke a pinhead off. Actually just broke a pinhead off in the hardware mixer. So I have no idea how I'm going to get that out. I'm definitely going to put you guys on the BRB scene real quick, so give me a second, let's see if we can get this addressed. Oh, alright. Okay, OBS, just take a header, because BRB scene. Buddy would come over and sit on the couch and watch you play. You either need to get tweezers or you need to get... Mic check, mic check. All right, hey, for anybody joining in on the live stream, I do really apologize. Let's get back on the main scene here. My hardware mixer just took a header, so I was doing audio mix checking with my streaming PC. Because I'm not sitting right in front of the speakers, the audio was a little muddy, so I reached over to grab my iPad mini, which is usually what I use to monitor the live stream and the chat. I've been trying to situate my monitors where I can monitor the live stream chat on an actual PC, because it doesn't tend to dump the chat feed as frequently as these iPad apps do, or as these mobile apps do.
Why didn't we see this attack coming?
So at any rate, I stood up with my headphones on. I pulled the hardware mixer off the desk. The hardware mixer fell, and when it fell, it actually ripped a pin out of the 3.5mm to RCA splitter cable that I have going in as a line-in input in the hardware mixer. So I had to make a field repair to extract the pin that was jammed down in the right side of the hot lead port. So we should get up and running here shortly. Sounds like my audio mix is a little off. What I wanted to check. Try raising my line in, and also reducing the in-game audio a bit to get to those controls.
Can't handle any major luggage, so just bring what's absolutely necessary.
So hopefully that yields a slightly better audio mix. Okay, and it sounds like it does. Of course, once I get into the game, I may fiddle around with the audio settings. So I apologize for that. I've been making a lot of changes. To the live stream setup, all for the greater good, so it may be a little janky here in the early days. I only just reconfigured the studio last week, and these are my first couple streaming runs in the new setup. So, we'll see how it goes. Jolt Gaming, thanks so much for joining in on the live stream, and thanks so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. So this is the first time that I have brought up this particular game. I'm a big RTS fan, but of course I don't get around to it that frequently. I'm not going to monkey with the controls. I've already been in and dorked with the graphic settings, so everything should be okay. I don't know that I'm really going to monkey around with any of these settings right now. Let's go ahead and boost the anisotropic filtering. Anti-aliasing is maxed already. Not going to worry about a frame rate cap. I ran a benchmark earlier today and got about 242 frames per second max. Let's go ahead and have water reflect clouds. And ooh, now DirectX 10 rendering might actually. Ah, boy, that caused the game to lock up. No, it did not. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, is that I was going to have to do a restart. Shadows from clouds. What is that? Why is that not actually activating? So it's not letting me activate that. It's fine. Let's check out my audio. Definitely need to pull down the music. Everything else I'm fine with. I am going to run subtitles. The mini map health bar is always on. Yes. Show wireless status. I don't have any mods. Ooh, okay. So before I do that, let's go ahead and I am going to need to restart the game. That shouldn't be a big issue for the live stream. I don't think I have any personal information up on the screen. So let's run it again. Hey, Dakota from the Facebook group. Wanted to stop in and hang out while I figure out some Photoshop. I can talk all day on camera. The editing side of things is my struggle. LOL. Dig the hardware, man. Thanks so much, Dakota. I appreciate it. So at least for you and anybody else who's joining in on the live stream, you'll get an opportunity to see the intro movie and screen. I'm struggling a little bit with this. I guess if I'm happy with the audio mix balance, well, I actually don't need to run the video on the iPad. I can just, no, I just said pause the thing, right? Okay. So I'm pretty excited to get going with this game. I've had this queue to play for a couple days and I haven't gotten around to it. I off-tracked a little bit and shot a new Season 4 trailer for my YouTube channel and my live streams. And there have been a couple other things that have interfered with me getting to it. Now, when creating a name for myself, of course, my problem is I don't know if this is going to call me by first and last name. Now, for my first run-through, I'm going to go ahead and dump it to easy. Use the game to play the tutorial. We'll go ahead and play the tutorial. I usually never play the tutorial in a real-time strategy game, but now that's generally because I just play the campaign in an RTS. Typically, in an RTS, I just figure out the bare basics and then I play skirmishes the whole time, because usually one thing I can't stand about RTS campaigns is I hate how they like teach you a bunch of skills and give you a bunch of like tools to use, and then in each incremental mission they selectively take one of those tools away from you, and I'm like why can I never just use why can I never bring all my forces to bear like in battle? Now what I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping it's different in this title, is that the developers of this game, Massive Entertainment, which used to be a Activision studio, or at least this was originally published by Activision in 2007. I used to think Massive was actually a THQ studio, but I guess they weren't. Maybe they were. I guess they were a Vivendi studio, and when Vivendi, because it used to be Vivendi Activision, and when there were stockfuls around with that company buying out Blizzard, I guess Massive Entertainment was one of the developer studios that got sold off and actually got sold to Ubisoft. So Massive Entertainment is now an Ubisoft studio. These guys are one of my favorite studios of all time. For a very long time, is this thing still loading? For a very long time, I just didn't understand RTSs in general. And I had a hard time. My biggest problem that I had with RTSs were that I hated the foraging aspect of it. I'm like, if I'm in a tank battle, I'm not trying to manage people foraging for food, wood, and gold. It was just this weird disconnect that I couldn't get my mind wrapped around. and I fell in love with Ground Control when it came out because it broke that paradigm and it did not have resource gathering. It was a real-time tactical game, which was kind of what I had been looking for many years after the RTS genre came around. Now Massive would go on to do Ground Control 2, and then did this game, World in Conflict, in 2007. If you buy this game, you will see a publishing date for it of 2009, and what happened was once they... What the flop is going on here? Is it really waiting for me to mouse key to...
I'm Master Sergeant Watson, and I'll be in charge of your training. This is the National Training Center, where you will be finalizing your officer training. At West Point, they taught you how to be an officer. Here, we're gonna teach you how to fight.
But so they were, so this game was published in 2007, then they were sold to Ubisoft, and Ubisoft republished this game as the complete edition
So why don't you show me some of those West Point skills by moving the camera
in 2009.
Press the A key to move the camera to the left.
So it looks like these graphics, I feel like, hold up pretty well.
Good work.
One of the things,
D key to move the camera to the right.
one of these things that I'm also struggling with in this game, or with this hardware setup, is
well, what do you know? Seems they do teach you some useful stuff at West Point after all. Next up is camera panning and tilting. You do this by moving the mouse cursor to the edge of the screen. Let's start by panning the camera to the left. Do this now. Excellent. Go ahead.
Is that I'm on a 2560 by 1080p monitor. This is my LG 34-inch ultra wide screen. The right edge of the screen.
Good job.
Display. Normally, when I pass it through a capture card, it dumps to 1920 by 1080p, and what it does is it letterboxes the left and right side of the screen to get back down to a 1920 display.
We have a function called mouse look that allows you to look freely around the battlefield. To activate this, you press and hold the middle mouse button.
Ooh.
Well done, sir. Now let's get down for a closer look at the terrain. You can move the camera closer to the ground by using the mouse scroll wheel. Try this now. Good.
What I don't like is that
try moving the camera away from the ground.
Since the mouse wheel is
now
inverted.
I'll show you something my platoon sergeant in the A. Shaw Valley taught me many years ago. The mini-map. This gives you an excellent top-down view of the battlefield, allowing you to quickly
It's
move
so awesome. Like the F-15s actually have the freaking air intake covers on the aircraft while they're sitting on the tarmac. That's some freaking attention to detail right there. Let's click on the mini-map to move the camera. Okay, I got you. Very cool.
Impressive. We have just one more thing, and then we're done for the day. See that red circle? Show me what you've learned by moving the camera through it.
Ooh. Did I fail that? Yeah, the middle mouse. I need to...
Good.
Can I get into the controls right now? Because that middle mouse button, the raise and lower camera thing is like inverted. I don't know if I can control that, or maybe I can reverse it. Forward, backwards, left, right. See maximum height. That's your basic controls. Advanced, raise camera height. Yes. So if I want to raise, I want to mouse wheel that up. Yep. And then lower camera. Whoa. Yes, that is correct. All right. Resume game. What are these game options? Okay, I already messed with those.
Now move on to the next one.
What next, red circle? So, and this is very cool too. Most RTSs in 21st century design have frequently taken away the ability to customize the keyboard controls in their effort to be competitive games. They want everybody on an even playing field, equal playing field, and so A lot of RTSs these days won't let you customize the keyboard inputs. Well, where is the red circle? Here we go.
Keep this up, we'll get you shipped to Europe in no time. I hear they have a real shortage of junior officers there.
Alright, when you feel ready, click the next lesson button to continue the tutorial.
You got more spunk than most of the West Point pukes we get sent out here, I'll give you that. Let's see how you handle this next lesson.
Hey, you say whatever you want, but I wouldn't trust my bacon to any other tank than an Abrams.
Green, blue is allied, red is enemy.
I'm gonna give you command of a Humvee. To issue orders to it, you have to select it first. And to do that, you left click on it with your mouse.
Yeah,
If
now
you
I'm
wanna
regretting
select
having played the
multiple units
tutorial.
at the same time, you can create a selection box by clicking and holding the left mouse button and then drag the box
But yeah,
around the
so
unit you want to
Activision
select.
Vivendi published this in 2007 and then released at least one DLC pack, World and Conflict Soviet Assault. And then, after the company was sold to Ubisoft, Ubisoft re-released it as...
Your brother's in Korea, right?
Good. Now with the Humvee selected, you can start ordering it
the World
around.
and Conflict Complete
To issue
pack,
a move order,
which is what I
select
have.
the Humvee and then right-click in the world where you want
Man,
to
come
go.
on, I already did
Good.
it.
Now I'm gonna teach
Come on,
you about
Sarge.
transports. For this part of the exercise, I'll give you command of an infantry squad along with the Humvee. Select the
Sarge,
infantry
bored
squad
me.
and order the soldiers to enter the Humvee by right-clicking on the Humvee.
Like this waiting is gonna help us win the war?
Reporting in. Moving into the transport. We're all
Now this
in
control is very similar,
Now, since the infantry squad is
and it's kind of
inside the
thematically
Humvee,
very
you can
similar to
no
ground
longer
control,
issue
which had a
orders
lot
to
of
them.
your main
However, you can move the Humvee around as usual.
your main kind of command
To
unit
unload the
was
infantry squad,
your APC,
simply
and you
select
could
the
put troops
Humvee
inside there.
and click the unload button on the order pallet. Try that now.
And your APC was the thing that
Nothing can change it now.
determined whether or
Well
not you
done.
won or lost
Now
a
let's
mission,
move
right?
on to
No matter
combat.
what you
Not
accomplished,
for
you had
real,
to
This is a simulated
keep
exercise
your
and the
APC
outlaw will be your
alive.
enemy. I hope you didn't wet your pants there. To tell a unit to attack, select the unit you want to use, and then right-click on an enemy unit. See those units there? They don't seem too friendly, do they? Well, what are you waiting for? Light them up!
Oh. Why? Nope.
Fit for fight, sir. Covering fire.
Oh, do my,
Soldier won't fight
I
again.
have my Humvee.
That's one defeated hostile. Enemy is KIA.
Hooah! That's the spirit, sir. They'll fear you in Germany. To really be all you can be in urban
I'm
warfare,
gonna take the risk
you need
of
to make
trying to
good use
move
of the
this
surrounding
hardware
terrain.
mixture,
See that building over there?
even though.
You can move your infantry squads inside to give them extra protection
So
against
what is
enemy
being
fire.
cable trained right now?
Select your
Is it,
infantry squad and move the mouse cursor over to that building. The cursor changes to indicate that you can order your infantry squad inside.
Alright.
To do this, you
I just
select
need to
your
clear some
infantry
space off that
squad
desk, so hopefully-
and right-click on the building. Do so now.
What? Order your infantry squad to enter the building. Okay. This one?
Going into the building.
Yeah, I hope your wife's okay too.
Can I put them inside the right building? It had to be. It's the one that's covered in green. Can I put the camera inside the building? That's pretty interesting. Oh, but is it... This building I actually want them to enter.
Ready. On our way, sir. Securing buildings, sir.
So let's go ahead and run down the hardware that's being used to render the live stream, as I'm off to do.
Good. With your infantry squad inside
So tonight
the
I'm
building,
playing on the
it becomes
Acer
much harder
Predator
for the enemy to spot you.
Helios
And
300,
your
which is
men
my
will
gaming
also take
laptop,
less
fitted
damage
out
from
with
incoming
an
fire because of the
Intel
cover that
Core
the building
i7
provides.
7700
Let's see
HQ
what
CPU.
happens when this enemy vehicle tries to speed past your
The
infantry
particular
squad.
that I bought comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, but I installed some aftermarket RAM chips and boosted it to 32 gigabytes because I wanted to be able to utilize
The
the
vehicle is neutralized.
Did you see that?
laptop for
Barely got a
gaming
shot
and
off.
VR,
Well done,
and
sir.
as a streaming PC and video
Before your
editing
squad to
PC.
leave the building, select the building and then right-click anywhere outside.
Our way, sir.
Good job, sir. Remember to seek cover with your infantry whenever possible, since
Alright,
they're a lot
came
more
fitted
exposed than
out
other
with a
units.
256 gigabyte M2
Now let's talk a
NVMe
little about unit special
SSD,
abilities.
and I
They
added
will
an additional
undoubtedly
1
save your life
terabyte,
one day,
2.5 inch
so pay
SSD into it as
For this
well.
next exercise, I'm
for
giving
most of
you
my game
command of a
installs.
Bradley infantry vehicle. Start by selecting the Bradley. Good. On your order palette, you can now see that the Bradley has 2 special abilities. One offensive ability and one defensive ability.
Very cool.
The offensive ability will
That's one of the
help
things I
you
used to
kill
like about ground
hostiles
control so
faster,
much is how
and the defensive
detailed
ability will help you increase
the
your
individual
unit's
units were.
survivability. All special abilities have a cooldown timer. This is the time it takes for the unit to reload the required munitions.
That
or
laptop
catch
is
their
also fitted
collective
out
breath.
with an
This means you'll
NVIDIA
have to use that
GeForce
big box of yours to decide when to
GTX
use
1060
each
6
ability.
gigabyte
This Humvee will only take damage from your
notebook
offensive
GPU.
ability, so don't bother shooting at it with the chain gun. To use an offensive special ability, you left-click the corresponding button. Do that now. Good.
Boom!
Now left-click on the Humvee to launch a tow missile at it. Not bad at all, sir. As you can see, that ability is now cooling down, and you will have to wait a certain time before a new missile can be fired. Some units also come with a defensive special ability. Your Bradley, for example, has a smoke screen that it can deploy to hide from other hostiles.
Oh, very cool.
It's deployed immediately when you left-click the corresponding button, so don't fire it prematurely. Most units have unique special abilities, so make sure that you learn how each one works. They are one of the main keys to gaining the upper hand on the battlefield.
I also like the
That's
detail
basically all
for
you
the
need
mouse
to know
overs.
about movement and combat. Keep this up and you'll be graduating from here top of your class. Then you'll face the harsh school of real combat.
The
I'll see
F-15s
you
don't have a
tomorrow when
tooltip,
we'll talk about command points and objectives.
nor does the C-130. I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. Save, load objectives, bot options.
This just came in. We're looking at some very disturbing live footage here.
Now what I'll do
Unconfirmed reports.
is, if I'm really having a hard time with the single player campaign, I will go back and rerun the tutorial. Let's get this started. Now for streaming gear tonight, I am using the Blackmagic Web Presenter as my video capture device. The Blackmagic Web Presenter is really a piece of studio gear, semi-professional to professional studio gear that's really meant to be used for television productions and in-field video productions. But it has the very nice capability of being able to take any HDMI input and send it over to a PC and make it look like either a webcam or in OBS's case, a video capture device, which once I received it, I originally bought this to like pipe my DSLR and camcorder and high-end cameras through to use for live streams and other video production like hardware reviews. But then when I got it, I was like, huh, so it takes any HDMI input and passes, takes any HDMI. I'm like, why can't this thing be used as a capture card just like an Elgato HD60 or any of my AverMedia cards? Turns out it does exactly that. So I additionally use it as a game capture device. Given its incredibly high reliability. It's a pretty expensive piece of gear, so but like I said, it's like 10 times more reliable than any video capture card. It doesn't constantly get firmware and driver updates like a lot of the video capture cards do, and it's just rock solid, and I appreciate it very much for that. What I was going to say is the weird that's going on with my monitor is usually it does that letterboxing on the left and right side. It's not doing that tonight. It is just taking a 1080p render, and I guess it's stretching it. Although in OBS it looks perfectly normal, and on stream it looks perfectly normal. So, because typically the case is it won't render in 2560 by 1080 unless it's coming in over DisplayPort. Obviously, when I'm passing through a capture device, I have to come in over HDMI because, as far as I know, there are no DisplayPort capable consumer level video capture cards. So why? So this is weird. So the expansion pack that comes with this is Soviet Assault. It seems like it's starting me off with the DLC, and I don't really understand that.
Volodya.
No, I thought for show I said use subtitles. And I hate to hit the escape button and try and check that option.
You know, that's Colonel Orlovsky. He's a legend.
Because it may pop me out of the cutscene.
Comrade Major Lebedev. It's been a while.
It has indeed, Comrade Orlovsky.
I was just wondering who they'd send to babysit me.
Your command is the key to this whole grand endeavor, Comrade. How could they send anyone but me?
Your sense of self-importance hasn't lessened this.
But I am very important, am I not? Or at least my dear old father-in-law is.
It's good to see you, old friend.
So, how are we doing?
Everything is in place.
For a webcam tonight, I'm also using a piece of prosumer, semi-professional gear, the Zoom Q8 handy camera,
How is this but to obey?
So they have decided.
which is really a device that is specially made for musicians. It's really meant to be used for in-studio sessions or small venue performances. It has a pretty remarkable set of microphones on it. Even though that's not what I'm using for the live stream tonight. Now I wonder if what they have done with the complete edition is if they are cutting Soviet Assault set pieces in with the regular campaign. Because I guess Soviet Assault was the game from the Soviets' perspective, and maybe what they did with the complete edition is they just packed it all into one.
Lieutenant Romanov, your
So that you play it all in sequence.
Wait. Stand by
But I don't know. Maybe I mistakenly selected Soviet Assault somehow in one of the options. I don't know. I didn't remember doing that.
Plan Odessa. The air defenses must be destroyed before the main assault begins.
But maybe Soviet Assault was the precursor to the single-player campaign, because it would have been the Soviet sneak attack.
Good luck, Lieutenant.
Now, a lot of this game is heavily influenced by Red Dawn. The original was a 1980s movie. A remake was made. I haven't seen the remake, but I figure a lot of people... this
Zvezda here.
This is my...
Start with clearing the entrance and neutralizing the guard tower.
Really?
Just give the word, Lieutenant. Alpha Group moving.
This is the type of RTS mission that I despise the most, which is them giving you command of Spec Ops forces. Now, what I didn't notice is I didn't notice any type of key to do quick saves. I check for that really quick. Usually it is on an F key. I don't see anything for that, which is really surprising. I see here it has squad orders, which I haven't really paid attention to. Yeah, resupply, yeah, so there's definitely some things I'm probably going to need when the time comes. But yeah, I hate passion the Spec Ops missions.
Moving.
What is go? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Don't, after everything that I've been through tonight with this. So we may be having to make a switch off to get something running here, which will be aggravating. Single player, Zoom campaign.
To no one's surprise, following their
Almost
earlier
as if it doesn't
intransigence,
acknowledge
NATO
the game
diplomats yesterday
save.
walked out of the Malta peace conference.
Game save that I made. Now, if it did, then my squad will be in the tree line, which it is, okay? I can put them in the tree line again. Not quite certain why I got a crash then, but it's all good when it recovers. So yeah, so the Zoom Q8 is absolutely one of my favorite cameras to use for live streaming. It is a fairly high quality camera, and it really has incredible microphones. Like I said, in an effort to not spoil myself, I try not to use the microphones all the time.
We are ready to execute, Lieutenant. Just give the word.
Yeah, can you shut up?
Neutralizing target. Cap entrance cleared. We are ready to move on, Lieutenant.
So call one to Romanov.
Okay, so I guess they're using silenced weapons, which is why they're able to just roll up on the dude at the gate. Now I'm going to try and do a game save again. It makes me very nervous that last time I did a game save was when it crapped itself.
We're staying out of sight.
Is that my next objective? Let's try to move here. Disable the first AA emplacement. There's one dude there. Got one patrol helo here. I thought I heard another one. Man, one thing having the ultra-wide screen working does is it makes getting traversing over here to the edge of this screen like twice as long as it normally would be on a normal 1080p screen, which makes sense since it's twice as wide. Okay, helo is gone. Sounds like, or at least I don't hear it. Got one guy moving on patrol here.
This squad loiter around the camp much longer, Romanov. Move them out.
Shut up.
Area clear. Moving. This is Zvezda. Placing explosives now.
It's not good.
Well done, Romanov. One target remaining. Go north.
Well, it's taking a while to get going, but if things hold together here,
Guard tower clear.
Actually turn out to be a pretty fun gaming session. It's definitely one that is going to make me hungry to get here and play some more. Where's that blasted helo? Positional audio in this game is really good as well. Uh-oh.
Go.
Move. Is there any way to...
Killed.
Go. Now, it may be because I have the brightness up, but man, it...
At the objective. Preparing target for demolition.
It feels like it's a really bright night with really clear visibility.
Place. Ready to exfiltrate.
Let's get the McHale out of here.
Exfiltration coordinates have been sent. Move there now and avoid detection. The explosive will be detonated when the attack is launched.
Alright.
Alpha group moving.
Get out of the area as quickly as you can.
We are, man. What do you think? Game looks good. I feel like this game kind of stands the test of time graphics-wise. Good, so that helo patrol is out of here.
Mission accomplished. Exfiltrating now. See you in a few days, Lieutenant. Zvezda out.
Expertly done, Lieutenant. Those men will disperse and find their way back to us in the coming days. Now, you must prepare for the upcoming assault. Expect word within the hour. So-called one, out.
No, we're definitely going to have to live stream this some more this week. We're not getting a ton of, not getting a lot accomplished tonight.
Welcome back, Grisha. Oh, how was recruit training? Boring. Ha, but necessary, Comrade Sergeant. Those recruits will soon be needed.
I missed where this was.
It's good to see you all here today. And it will be even better to see you soon breaking through that wall. Then we'll teach those NATO dogs how to fight. They thought they could bully us into submission. They thought we'd give way and fall. But today, we'll show them that the Red Army bows to no one! Today, we'll show them the might of the Soviet Union! Get your vehicles! We go to war!
What's going on with the live stream?
Romanov, the explosives will detonate in 3, 2, 1, mark.
One thing I didn't check to see what my bandwidth. I didn't check to see what bitrate I had set.
Today we liberate West Berlin from the American oppressors. Only minutes remain until we rain fire on the enemy. Lieutenant Romanov, I want you to initiate the artillery barrage. The wall itself will be destroyed.
Seems like Mixer's having some problems. Everything was going smooth here a little bit ago. I just want to check on the health of the stream. Not sure exactly what's going on here. But like I said, I know one thing I didn't do is I didn't check what bitrate I set upstream at. I would think, ooh, why the heck did I set that at 8800? Wow. Okay, I've been going for something lower the last few days, just because I have seen some hitching on Mixer. Guess I'm just gonna let it go. What is that? Oh, artillery barrage. So what? Of course, I didn't pay any attention to the mission objectives. I do not know what they are. Can we, on such a learning curve here. Is there a way to get up mission objectives? I know I'm going to forget how to use those offensive versus defensive capabilities. Swap unit group. Change formation. Reinforcements, right? Because this game will probably involve you controlling, managing control points. Hey Google, what development studio did Company of Heroes?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
Yeah. I can't even remember what it was that I was looking for now.
The artillery is standing by,
okay.
Romanov. Mark your targets and call in the coordinates.
Left click to place. Why can't I artillery barrage over there?
All talk here. Firing for effect. Over.
This is Sokol 1. Red Dome. I say again, Red Dome. Make me proud.
Heavy barrage annihilated the enemy at the coordinates.
Lampposts and stuff are flying around.
Main objectives. Destroying the U.S. 6th Armored Battalion, securing the Moltke Bridge over the Spree, and clearing the 17th June Street for use by Army Command.
Now what I'm going to have to do is split my forces up into squads.
Advance with your tank platoon to phase line Volga. Destroy all enemies you encounter.
Yeah, let me run this. Alright. See what I got here. Whoa! Man, that's a lot of forces.
By noon. Army Command is planning a parade along the avenue in celebration of the victory they expect us to win for them.
Did that actually work? I don't feel like squad settings are actually working.
Order your tanks to assault at once.
Why do I not have... Do I not have... I only have control of the tank platoon. It's aggravating. Is that because I haven't set it on easy? So I may replay this mission and increase the difficulty level. I definitely don't want the way the thing manages difficulty to be by only giving me a limited control of forces in the area. I kind of feel like for this assault I should have control of more than just...
Make haste to the phase line, Romanov. I am clearing a path for you.
Malashenko to Sokol 1. Resistance is heavier than expected. Prior.
Understood, Malashenko. You will get assistance.
Looks like the Americans are on the run. Ooh, what do we got? Guys coming out of the smoke. These guys are handling it on their own. So, up to here.
Well done, Lieutenant. Phase line Volga is secure.
We can break through their lines.
Romanov, we must secure that road junction. You will attack the enemy in the flank while Malashenko pushes forward.
This is Malashenko. We're advancing now.
I think what I'm going to do is come this way around the water.
Don't forget to call in fire support when needed.
Can I? Already coming down. Heavy artillery barrage. Tanks, we're going to back up a little bit, fellas. There we go. One thing I would really like to know is when the artillery barrage is over, so that I can proceed back into the area. Oh. Let's go precision. Take those guys out first. Let's move them back into the fence line or tree line. Well, that cooldown is happening. Nice. Very nice. Now we can go and push our advance. Looks like I got nothing in between me and the objective. Yep. Got some hostiles. There's units on the connected perimeter points of that position. Place units in all the connected perimeter points of that position. Or destroy. I don't know what the hell that means.
Finally, now we must set up defenses before they counterattack.
Yeah, where was that one enemy in the tree line? Gotcha. Come on.
We're with you. Gas turbines warmed up. Drive on. What is to punch through the enemy line? Armor moving out.
So this is still largely a tutorial, I feel like. Is there a road junction like cooldown timer? Or am I just supposed to hang out here while everybody takes care of everything else? Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty beautiful engine. I really, in a pretty slick game, I really want to get a little more into it and hopefully feel the game open up in terms of its complexity. So for a microphone tonight, I am using the Re-Rise 3.5mm stereo condenser microphone, which uses, the nice thing about this mic is it just uses a standard 3.5mm stereo jack, which seems to frequently be rare these days. And then for headphones, I'm wearing a pair of Sennheiser Urbanite headphones. Now, both the microphone and the headphones I have plugged into my Behringer Xenyx 302 USB hardware mixer. But I have them configured a little differently than would normally be the case. I am using them to both listen to the in-game audio coming from the Acer Predator Helios, but then I'm sending my in-game audio back to the streaming PC, or Desktop 2, as I call it. And the way I'm doing that is I am sending the microphone out over the USB audio codec channel to the streaming PC, but to listen to the in-game audio, I have a 3.5mm stereo to RCA adapter cable. So the 3.5mm stereo jack end of it goes to the gaming laptop, and then that splits the audio signal out into left and right RCA channels. And that's when I plug into my hardware mixer. I don't know. It says secure the road junction. I feel like I have secured it. Can I order these guys to do anything? No, what I don't understand is I thought I had gone to each of the 4 corners to secure it. Looks like that's not the case. Seems to be securing that left side very slowly. And I'm not sure what game mechanic is driving that. Because, once again, I didn't pay attention to the briefing. Okay, so I could see, so is it maybe that I just need to put them in vicinity of those? Okay, so it looks like I have the second barricade up.
Get that perimeter.
Now, both ground control and later the game Company of Heroes. I gotta check and see who published Company of Heroes.
Excellent.
I want to say it was Relic, but I'm not absolutely positive. Alright, so as you know, the reason I'm streaming on PC is because the mobile was logged into my Mixer channel through Chrome. So Massive and Relic Entertainment are 2 of my favorite developer studios. Relic, of course, made both the Homeworld series, which I'm a big fan of, but also made the Company of Heroes series, which I'm also a big fan of. So, always enjoyable to play games from those 2. So, okay, yeah. So we finally completed that objective.
Secure Molke Bridge or the entire flank will fall. Romanov, I'm sending you to reinforce Section B and capture that bridge. You will need anti-aircraft support to handle those helicopters.
Okay, so this is where we're going to wrap up tonight. I would like to go ahead and play this mission through completion, but I've been saying that I need to do a better job getting sleep and not being so exhausted at work. But I also have a podcast tomorrow, and I would also like to continue this live stream, so we're going to go to bed at a reasonably prudent time and then try and go live tomorrow. So thanks so much for everybody who joined in tonight on the live stream. Thanks so much, Drulk Gaming. I appreciate you swinging through. I certainly understand if you came in and had to go on. For anybody who happens to wind up watching the archive version of this on YouTube, I appreciate you as well. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So until next time, happy hunting, take care of yourselves, stay safe out there, play the games that you like, and stream the games that you love. Again, I apologize for the equipment casualty that happened at the beginning of the live stream where the hardware mixer took a header. Fortunately, I was able to get that broken RCA jack pin unstuck from the red input line, so thankfully I only lost a cable in that mishap, which could easily be replaced. I was very concerned that what I'd actually lost was the hardware mixer itself. So that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much tonight, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Good luck in your streams.